The overview of the U.S. military system. The United States military is built on 5 distinct branches, each designed to defend the nation and protect its interests across land, sea, air, and space. Together, they form one of the most advanced defense networks in the world. The Army dominates on land. It secures territory, conducts combat operations, and provides stability after conflict. The Navy commands the seas. It protects global shipping routes, projects power through its carrier strike groups, and ensures freedom of navigation worldwide. The Air Force rules the skies. It delivers precision strikes, global mobility, and intelligence that support every other branch. The Marine Corps acts as the rapid response force, trained to deploy first, strike fast, and establish footholds in hostile regions. And the Space Force, the newest branch, secures American operations in orbit, protecting satellites, communication systems, and global navigation. All branches fall under the Department of Defense, led by the Secretary of Defense and ultimately commanded by the President of the United States, the nation's Commander-in-Chief. The world is divided into 11 combatant commands, each responsible for a specific region or function, ensuring every branch works together in joint operations. From humanitarian relief to full-scale warfare, the U.S. military strength lies in its coordination and reach. The structure of the U.S. Army. The United States Army is the backbone of American ground power, built on a tiered system that scales from small tactical teams to massive formations capable of regional campaigns. At the base is the team, usually 4 to 5 soldiers led by a sergeant. It's the Army's smallest fighting unit, built for flexibility and communication. 2 or more teams form a squad, about 6 to 10 soldiers, led by a staff sergeant. Squads carry out patrols, raids, and frontline missions. Several squads make a platoon, around 30 soldiers, commanded by a lieutenant. Platoons operate independently in tactical scenarios, often combining infantry, engineers, and support elements. 3 to 5 platoons make up a company, with 100 to 200 soldiers, led by a captain. Companies are the smallest units with full logistics and administration. 4 to 6 companies form a battalion, roughly 300 to 1,000 soldiers, commanded by a lieutenant colonel. Battalions can conduct sustained operations on their own. 2 or 3 battalions form a brigade, about 3,000 to 5,000 soldiers, under a colonel. Brigades are the Army's core deployable force, capable of executing long-term missions. 3 or 4 brigades form a division, about 10,000 to 15,000 soldiers, commanded by a major general. Divisions handle large-scale operations and coordinate combined arms warfare. 2 to 5 divisions form a corps, with 30,000 to 45,000 troops, led by a lieutenant general. Corps manage campaigns across large regions. Multiple corps create a field army, commanded by a general, capable of leading entire theaters of war. The largest level is the Army Group, overseeing multiple field armies during global or coalition operations. Finally, Army regions manage planning, logistics, and readiness for all forces within a geographic zone. This structure, from team to region, gives the Army the ability to fight, support, and command at any scale, anywhere in the world. The structure of the U.S. Navy. The United States Navy protects America's interests across the oceans and ensures freedom of navigation worldwide. Its structure is divided into 2 main chains of command, administrative and operational. The administrative command handles personnel, training, maintenance, and logistics, everything that keeps ships, submarines, and aircraft ready for service. The operational command directs real missions and exercises. It deploys fleets, coordinates with other branches, and carries out combat operations. At the top of the operational system are 11 combatant commands, each responsible for a geographic or functional area, like the Indo-Pacific or Europe. Within these are 9 Navy component commands, which control naval forces in their regions. Under them are the numbered fleets, 7 active fleets covering the world's oceans. The 3rd Fleet covers the Eastern Pacific. The 5th Fleet operates in the Middle East. The 6th Fleet serves Europe and Africa. The 7th Fleet commands the Western Pacific and Indian Oceans. Each fleet is a vast force of ships, submarines, and aircraft capable of independent global operations. To carry out missions, fleets are divided into task forces, task groups, task units, and task elements, each smaller level designed for a specific objective, from large strike operations to focused patrols. This hierarchy allows the Navy to scale from a single ship to a multinational fleet. Supported by its administrative chain, training, supply, and repair, the Navy remains a constant global presence, ready for war, deterrence, or disaster relief anywhere on Earth. The structure of the U.S. Marine Corps. The United States Marine Corps is the nation's quick reaction force. Although it falls under the Department of the Navy, it operates as an independent service branch with its own command and ground-air logistics integration. Its organization follows the rule of three, meaning each unit typically contains 3 subunits beneath it. The smallest unit is the fire team, made up of 4 Marines, a team leader, automatic rifleman, assistant gunner, and rifleman. 3 fire teams form a squad, about 12 Marines, led by a sergeant. 3 squads make a platoon, around 36 to 40 Marines, commanded by a second lieutenant. 3 or more platoons form a company, about 150 Marines, led by a captain. Several companies form a battalion, commanded by a lieutenant colonel and numbering 500 to 1,200 Marines. 3 battalions form a regiment, led by a colonel, combining infantry, artillery, and armored support. At the operational level are the Marine Expeditionary Forces, or MEFs, the Corps' largest and most capable formations, commanded by a lieutenant general. Each MEF includes command, ground, air, and logistics elements, making it a self-contained fighting force. Smaller task forces include the Marine Expeditionary Brigade for regional missions and the Marine Expeditionary Unit, about 2,200 Marines deployed aboard Navy ships, always ready to respond first to global crises. Supporting these are Marine aircraft wings, providing aviation power, and Marine logistics groups, supplying and maintaining forces in the field. This combined system allows the Marines to deploy rapidly and sustain themselves anywhere, sea, land, or air. The structure of the U.S. Air Force. The United States Air Force provides the nation's global reach and air dominance. Its structure blends the efficiency of small technical units with the power of large operational commands. The smallest level is the section, 2 or more airmen assigned to a specific technical or support role. Several sections form a flight, led by a captain. Flights perform missions like aircraft maintenance, logistics, or operations support. 2 or more flights form a squadron, commanded by a major or lieutenant colonel. Squadrons, often named for their role, such as fighter or refueling, are the Air Force's core mission units. Multiple squadrons form a group, led by a colonel. Groups bring together related functions, such as maintenance, operations, and medical support. Several groups combine into a wing, commanded by a colonel or brigadier general. Wings are large, self-sustaining units capable of independent global deployment, each with its own aircraft, personnel, and command staff. Wings are organized under numbered air forces, which oversee operations within geographic or mission-specific areas. These report to the Air Force's major commands, the highest level of organization. Major commands include Air Combat Command, managing fighter and bomber forces; Air Mobility Command, responsible for refueling and global transport; Air Force Global Strike Command, which oversees nuclear and strategic operations; Pacific Air Forces and United States Air Forces in Europe, which control overseas air operations. Together, these commands report to Air Force headquarters at the Pentagon. This hierarchy ensures every level, from a 2-person section to a global command, operates as part of one unified, responsive system. The structure of the U.S. Space Force. The United States Space Force, established in 2019, protects America's assets in orbit, satellites, communication systems, and early warning networks that the entire military depends on. It operates under the Department of the Air Force but functions as a fully independent branch. Its structure mirrors the Air Force but is streamlined for advanced, technology-driven missions. At the base is the section, made up of 2 or more guardians, focused on tasks like satellite control or data analysis. Sections combine into flights, small operational teams responsible for specific space systems or orbital sectors. Two or more flights form a squadron, commanded by a major or lieutenant colonel, handling missions such as satellite operations, surveillance, or missile warning. Several squadrons form a delta, the Space Force equivalent of a wing. Each delta is commanded by a colonel and focuses on one mission area. Mission deltas conduct space operations like orbital defense. Space base deltas manage base support and logistics. Space launch deltas oversee rocket launches and satellite deployment. Above them are the field commands, the highest operational authorities in the Space Force. 1. Space Operations Command, which manages active space missions and combat support. 2. Space Systems Command, overseeing technology, research, and satellite procurement. 3. Space Training and Readiness Command, responsible for education and testing of all Guardians. Each field command reports to Space Force headquarters at the Pentagon and integrates with other service branches through service component commands, ensuring that space capabilities support every joint military operation. The Space Force may be the smallest branch, but its mission underpins them all, ensuring that communication, navigation, and intelligence remain secure and uninterrupted. Its structure, lean but powerful, represents the future of defense beyond Earth. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in-depth military history and defense analysis.